Do you start your day with that familiar unwelcome guest? A stiffness in your knees, an ache in your hips? You've probably been told it's just a normal part of getting older. But what if the real culprit isn't your age, but a series of small, silent habits you perform every single day? These habits are like pouring fuel on the inflammatory fire inside your joints. Today, we are going to expose the 8 most common daily habits that are secretly inflaming your joints and show you exactly how to fix them. And be sure to watch until the end, because the 8th habit is one that most people believe is healthy, but could be causing more harm than good. Let's get started. First on our list is a habit most of us aren't even aware we have: the daily consumption of hidden inflammatory oils. I'm not talking about the olive oil you drizzle on your salad. I'm talking about the highly processed vegetable oils like soybean, corn, sunflower, and safflower oil that are hidden in an astonishing number of foods on our supermarket shelves. You'll find them in salad dressings, store-bought mayonnaise, crackers, baked goods, and almost all processed or packaged foods. Here's why this is so damaging. These oils are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. While our body needs a small amount of omega-6, the modern diet provides a massive overdose, creating a severe imbalance with our anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. This imbalance is a powerful trigger for your body's inflammatory response. Think of it like this. Omega-3s are like the firefighters that put out fires in your body, while an excess of omega-6s are like throwing gasoline on those same fires. This chronic, low-grade inflammation directly attacks the delicate synovial tissue that lines your joints, leading to pain, swelling, and stiffness. The solution is a 2-part strategy. First, become a detective when you shop. Read the labels of packaged foods and make a conscious effort to avoid products made with these oils. Second, actively increase your intake of omega-3s to help balance the scales. This means consuming more fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, as well as incorporating foods like chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts into your diet. Swap out that store-bought salad dressing for a simple mix of extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice. This single change can dramatically reduce the inflammatory load on your joints. The second daily habit is one of the simplest to fix, yet one of the most commonly neglected: chronic underhydration. Many people associate dehydration with feeling thirsty on a hot day, but the reality for most adults is a constant low-level state of dehydration that they've simply gotten used to. And your joints are one of the first places to suffer. Here's the mechanism. The cartilage in your joints, which acts as the crucial cushion between your bones, is made up of about 80% water. It relies on this high water content to remain spongy, slick, and shock-absorbing. When you are chronically dehydrated, your body, in an effort to conserve water for essential functions like maintaining blood pressure, will pull water from less critical areas, including your cartilage. As the cartilage loses water, it becomes less plump and more brittle. This reduces its ability to cushion your movements, leading to more friction between your bones. This friction is a direct cause of pain, inflammation, and can accelerate the wear and tear process that leads to conditions like osteoarthritis. Furthermore, the synovial fluid, which lubricates your joints like oil in an engine, is also primarily composed of water. Dehydration thickens this fluid, reducing its lubricating effectiveness. The solution is not to just drink when you feel thirsty. By the time you feel thirst, you are already dehydrated. The solution is proactive, consistent hydration throughout the day. Keep a water bottle with you at all times. Start your day with a large glass of water before your coffee or tea. If you find water boring, infuse it with slices of lemon, cucumber, or mint. Eating water-rich fruits and vegetables like watermelon, celery, and oranges also contributes to your overall hydration. Aiming for consistent sips throughout the day is far more effective than chugging a large amount of water at once. Our third habit is one many of us are guilty of for hours every single day: poor posture while seated. Whether you're at a desk, on the sofa watching television, or in your car, The way you sit has a profound impact on the health of your joints, especially your hips, spine, and knees. The most common postural mistake is sitting with a rounded lower back or slouching, which forces your pelvis to tilt backward. This seemingly comfortable position creates a cascade of problems. When your pelvis is tilted backward, it puts abnormal stress on the discs in your lumbar spine, which can lead to chronic lower back pain. But it doesn't stop there. This position also shortens and tightens your hip flexor muscles at the front of your hips, while simultaneously weakening your gluteal muscles at the back. Your glutes are some of the most powerful supporters of your entire body. When they are weak, other muscles and joints have to compensate. Your knees, for example, can drift inward during movement, putting unnatural strain on the ligaments and cartilage. Over time, this imbalance and compensation pattern leads to inflammation and pain not just in your back, but also in your hips and knees. To fix this, you must practice active, conscious sitting. Sit with your feet flat on the floor and your back against the chair. Imagine a string pulling the crown of your head up towards the ceiling to lengthen your spine. A small rolled-up towel or a lumbar support cushion placed in the curve of your lower back can work wonders to maintain the natural curve of your spine. Most importantly, break up long periods of sitting. Set a timer to get up, walk around, and do a few simple stretches every 30 to 45 minutes. Your joints are not designed to be held in one static position for hours on end. The fourth habit that secretly inflames your joints starts from the ground up: wearing the wrong shoes. Your feet are your body's foundation. Each step you take sends a shockwave up through your body, and your shoes are your first line of defense in absorbing that shock. When your footwear is unsupportive, that shock travels directly into the joints of your ankles, knees, hips, and even your lower back. There are two common mistakes here. The first is wearing old, worn-out athletic shoes. The cushioning foam in running or walking shoes breaks down over time and loses its ability to absorb impact, even if the shoes still look fine on the outside. The second mistake is wearing unsupportive shoes inside the house. Many people kick off their outdoor shoes and walk around barefoot, or in flimsy slippers or flip-flops on hard surfaces like tile or hardwood floors. This provides zero shock absorption and no arch support, putting continuous strain on the plantar fascia in your feet, which can lead to plantar fasciitis and alter your gait in a way that stresses your knees and hips. The solution is to invest in your foundation. Replace your walking or exercise shoes regularly, as soon as you feel they've lost their cushioning. For inside the house, consider getting a dedicated pair of indoor shoes or supportive sandals that have good arch support and a cushioned sole. When choosing any shoe, ensure it has a firm heel counter, some flexibility in the toe box, and good arch support. Treating your feet with this level of care will pay dividends by protecting every joint up the kinetic chain. Habit number 5 is a subtle one, because it can feel like you're doing the right thing. This habit is a lack of movement variety. Perhaps you are diligent about taking a 30-minute walk every single day. That is fantastic, and far better than being sedentary. However, if that is the only form of exercise you do, you are only moving your body in one plane of motion, the sagittal plane, which is forward and backward movement. Your joints are designed to move in multiple directions: side to side, frontal plane, and rotationally, transverse plane. When we neglect these other planes of motion, the muscles that support these movements become weak and the joints become stuck in one pattern. This can lead to overuse injuries and inflammation. For example, the muscles on the sides of your hips, like the gluteus medius, are crucial for stabilizing your pelvis when you walk. If they are weak from a lack of side-to-side movement, your knee can become unstable. Think of it like a car that has only ever been driven straight. The moment you need to make a sharp turn, the steering and suspension systems are not prepared for it. The solution is to add movement snacks from other planes of motion into your routine. You don't have to stop your daily walk. Simply add a few new movements. For example, you can practice side steps or grapevine steps. You can incorporate gentle torso twists. Simple activities like dancing, tai chi, or water aerobics are excellent because they naturally encourage multiplanar movement. Even a simple routine of 5 minutes of at-home exercises that include side lunges and standing hip rotations can awaken these sleepy muscles and bring balance back to your joints. The sixth daily habit is ignoring the strength of your core. When people hear the word core, they often think of six-pack abs, but your core is so much more than that. It is a complex series of muscles that wrap around your entire trunk, including your abdominals, obliques, lower back muscles, and even your diaphragm and pelvic floor. It functions as a central stabilizing corset for your entire body. When your core is weak, this corset is loose. Your body then has to find stability elsewhere. This often means your lower back muscles become overworked and strained, leading to chronic back pain. A weak core also forces the joints of your hips and knees to absorb more stress and rotational forces than they are designed to handle. Think of a tall building swaying in the wind. If its central structure is weak, the stress will be transferred to the outer walls and windows, causing them to crack. Your body works in the same way. A weak core is a direct pathway to poor movement patterns that cause inflammation in the joints of your lower body. Everyday activities like getting up from a chair, carrying groceries, or walking upstairs become more taxing on your joints when your core isn't doing its job. The solution is to incorporate simple, safe core strengthening exercises into your routine. Forget about sit-ups, which can be harsh on the spine. Instead, focus on exercises like the bird dog, where you kneel on all fours and extend an opposite arm and leg. Another excellent exercise is the glute bridge, where you lie on your back and lift your hips off the floor. Even just consciously pulling your belly button in towards your spine while you are sitting or standing is a form of core activation. A strong, stable core is the best gift you can give your aching joints. Our seventh habit is a particularly tricky one, as it hides behind a mask of health. This is the habit of regularly consuming health foods that are secretly loaded with sugar. We've all seen them: low-fat yogurts, granola bars, breakfast cereals, and even bottled green juices. They are marketed as virtuous choices, but a quick look at the nutrition label often reveals a shocking amount of added sugar. As we discussed earlier, excess sugar in your bloodstream leads to a devastating process called glycation, creating those harmful ages that stiffen your collagen and attack your joints. But sugar's negative impact doesn't end there. A high-sugar diet also feeds the bad bacteria in your gut. An unhealthy gut microbiome is a major source of systemic inflammation. Signals from an imbalanced gut can travel throughout your body, triggering an inflammatory response in distant areas, including your joints. So that healthy, low-fat fruit yogurt you have every morning could be contributing to both your blood sugar roller coaster and an unhealthy gut, a perfect storm for joint inflammation. The solution requires you to be a skeptical consumer. Always read the nutrition label, paying close attention to the added sugars line. Be wary of marketing terms like low-fat, as fat is often replaced with sugar to make the product taste good. Choose plain, unsweetened yogurt and add your own fresh fruit. Swap granola bars for a handful of raw nuts and seeds. Learn to recognize sugar's many hidden names on ingredient lists, such as high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, sucrose, and barley malt. Reducing your intake of added sugar is one of the most powerful dietary changes you can make to fight inflammation. And finally, we arrive at our eighth habit, the one I promised you at the beginning. This is the habit of static stretching before your body is ready. For decades, we were told to hold long, static stretches before any form of activity. We'd bend over to touch our toes or pull an arm across our chest, holding the position for 30 seconds, all on cold muscles. While stretching is important, performing deep, static stretches on muscles that are not yet warmed up can be counterproductive and even harmful. Cold muscles and connective tissues are less pliable. Forcing them into a deep stretch can cause micro tears and can actually trigger a protective muscle spindle reflex, which causes the muscle to tighten up even more to protect itself from injury. It can give you a false sense of flexibility and may increase your risk of a pull or strain when you begin your actual activity. It's like trying to stretch a cold, stiff rubber band. It's more likely to snap than to lengthen. The powerful, science-backed solution is to swap your pre-activity static stretching for dynamic stretching. Dynamic stretching involves moving your body through a full range of motion in a gentle, controlled way. This warms up the muscles, lubricates the joints with synovial fluid, and increases blood flow, preparing your body for the work ahead. Examples include gentle arm circles, leg swings, torso twists, and walking with high knees. Save the long, deep, static stretches for after your activity or walk, when your muscles are warm and receptive to being lengthened. This simple change from static to dynamic warm-ups protects your joints and truly prepares your body for safe and effective movement. Let's quickly recap the 8 habits we've uncovered today. Consuming hidden inflammatory oils, chronic underhydration, poor posture while sitting, wearing the wrong shoes, a lack of movement variety, ignoring your core muscles, eating sugary health foods, and performing static stretches on cold muscles. The common thread among all of them is that they are subtle, daily actions that create a constant, low-grade inflammatory environment in your body. The journey to soothing your joints isn't about one magic pill. It's about removing these daily inflammatory triggers and replacing them with conscious acts of care. By making these intentional shifts, you are taking back control from chronic pain and empowering your body to do what it does best: heal and thrive. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive. If this video has opened your eyes to some of your own daily habits, please show your support by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to Senior Vitality Secrets for more daily insights. And now, I want to hear from you. Please share in the comments below. Which one of these 8 habits was the biggest surprise to you? Your comments and experiences are a valuable part of our community.